long since we have sat and just had a little chat like this. I was looking at our channel not too long ago, and I looked to see when the last little like chat update vlog that we did was, and it was 10 months ago. 10 months. So much has changed in 10 months. We've posted vlogs and stuff over the last like little bit, but it's been 10 months since we've sat down and just chit-chatted. You know what I think it is? It's Instagram, because I use Instagram stories a lot, and everything I'm about to tell you, if you follow along on Instagram, you probably already know all of this stuff. But I get like, what, 10, 15 seconds? So I get like little clips here and there where I can chat. But just to like sit down and have this like hash out of what's going on with me and the boys and the family and my plans for the channel, I just felt like we needed this. So we're gonna do it. It's gonna be a long one. I have notes, but as we know, I'm a rambler and a chatty one. And like I said, it's been 10 months since we've connected, so we've got a lot to talk about. Go get you something to drink, a little snack, prop your phone up or your laptop, whatever you're watching, get comfy, and then come back. Okay, we're just gonna jump right in. Like I said, I have notes, so you may see me look down from time to time, but we're gonna start with yours truly. Let's just do like a little update on me. Last year was a bit of a crazy year. I don't think I shared a lot on our channel about what all was going on with me last year. I was having pretty bad back issues, extreme hair loss, which was like earth-shattering for me, the girl with like the massive head of hair. I was having some tummy problems. I was breaking out in like random hives. Y'all, I was falling apart. Last year, I was riding the struggle bus hard. And I think that also has a bit to do with why I wasn't on here as much last year. I would vlog and I could see like the stress and the worry and like seeing my hair thinning and stuff on vlog, like it just made me not feel good. So I kind of just closed myself off a little bit. But I'm in a much better place right now. The back stuff is sorted out. I found out last year that I'm gluten intolerant. So I have been sans gluten for, wow, probably close to 8 months now, I bet. It's probably somewhere around there. Doing great. No more rashes. Every now and then I'll get a little flare up, and that's when I know that I have consumed gluten in some way or another. I can talk more about the whole gluten intolerant thing and some things that I'm eating and how that's going in a separate video. If there's anybody interested in that, just let me know in a comment below. Let's see, the hair thing. So that was, whoa, that was really rough. And I talked about that some on Instagram. But to sit down and just have like a full video where I was talking about the hair loss, I was so weak to the topic, y'all. I would have been crying the whole time. Things are better. The shedding has gone down immensely. I have been to so many doctors for it, had so many tests run, blood panels and all kinds of stuff, and we really don't have like a definite answer as to why that was going on. I mean, there's a few things that could have come into factor to kind of like been the perfect concoction to cause like all of the hairs on my heads to want to like hightail it out of here. It was really bad. Again, I could do a separate video on that if you want all the things that I tried and the tests that I had and kind of like where I am with that right now. But as you can see, I still have hair on my head, and if I get close, you can see these little wispies growing in around my hairline and kind of all over. So it's getting better. And like I said, I'm still shedding, but the shedding has gone down immensely from where it was whenever it was really bad. So I'm in a better place with that. Along the way, I got connected with Monet. Have you ever heard of it? You may have. So I fell in love with the product. It completely changed my hair. So much so that I did something I thought I would never in a million years do. I jumped on as a sales rep. I know, shocker. Have you seen my video where I talk about the Mary Kay lady, like from forever ago? I still get comments on that one. And now I am now repping a product, but I just couldn't not do it because it changed my hair so much, and it's such a great thing, and it's been a really big blessing for our family. I've been able to use that money for my boys. I put Weston in an art class that he's really loving. It's his favorite thing, he says. We included a new family member. I will introduce you to her later, and I should have named her Monet because she was all because of Monet. Let's see, we went on a vacation because of sweet Monet. And if you are watching this and you have been one of the ones that have supported me in this journey, thank you so much. Don't worry, I'm not going to be like a crazy salesperson. It's just not my style, which is probably why I will never be driving in a white caddy like all of my other friends are, because I'm just, I'm bad about it. But I love the product, and it's been really great kind of connecting people with Monet and chatting about that with them. and seeing what it's done for my hair. So that was a big thing that happened last year. Something else probably just as big and just as time consuming, I started substituting at my boys' school. This has been such a huge blessing in our family. It filled a hole that I didn't know needed to be filled. I still can't talk, by the way. I have a teaching background. I've taught for many years. I've always worked with children, either via a nanny or preschool, or of course, like through photography. My whole profession was with children. So whenever I had Carson, that was like kind of the first time I took a step back from working with children, and I really just kind of dove down and dug into being a stay-at-home mama, and it was what we needed at the time, and it's a blessing. We put Weston in this really great school. I've got vlogs about that up too. I can link them down below. We are just in love with this school, and they've kind of been like planting little seeds for the last bit about me coming on and possibly being a substitute. And then I thought, oh, that would be fun. Yeah. And then it kind of like came to fruition, and we made it happen, and it's become more than just like a random thing. I'm there on average like 3 times a week, but sometimes I'm there every day, and sometimes I'm there one day, and sometimes I think I have the whole week off, and then I get a call at like last minute, can you come in? So it's been wonderful. I have loved being around the kids in the school. It has brought so much joy to my heart. I have missed teaching so much, and I just didn't realize. And so this has been a gift, and I can't tell you how awesome it is when I leave the school holding hands with my boys. Oh, it just makes my heart so happy. And I'm already thinking about when Weston starts elementary school and he won't be in the same place that I am, and what a gift this is. I know what they're eating for lunch. I know if Carson took a nap or not. I know the teachers. I know them like personally. I know all the little kids in their classrooms and their personality types, and it's awesome. If you are interested anyway in working with children and you have a teaching background, and something like this falls in your lap and are able to do it, do it. It's been such, again, a blessing. So that's been keeping me pretty busy, and my schedule, because I am a substitute, it's very, very like, I have no idea. I mean, I think I know what's going on, and then I get a phone call and everything changes. So it's been really hard for me to plan stuff during the week. I've had to cancel doctor's appointments. I don't typically, even though I'm not like technically working full time, I don't usually plan things with people during the week, just because I would hate to have to cancel and like be that person that cancels all the time. So I'm always kind of on call. And yes, I get this question sometimes on Instagram, can you tell them no? Yes, I can tell them no, but they are definitely my top priority, and I would rather be there than not be there. So that's been a really great thing. Let's see. All right, I need to go to my notes. Work, gluten-free. Oh, house updates. Okay, that's another really big thing that's been going on. We have completely gutted our kitchen. Not completely. I mean, we still need to do our stove and microwave, but we got new countertops. We painted the cabinets. We pulled down that ugly fluorescent light box that was above our island. We redid our island top and made it into a butcher block. New lights above the sink, new lights above the, I'm looking to the kitchen to see what all we did. New lights above the island. It was a project, to say the least. We did it all ourselves except for the sink installation and the countertop installation. I feel like I was sanding and painting cabinets for a good like 6 weeks straight. It felt like it's still a work in progress. We need to get some hardware on the cabinets, and we need to find like a really pretty like runner for the kitchen. I've been looking, haven't found the one yet. And I'm hoping at some point to get a new kitchen table and a new light fixture above the kitchen. So at some point I will take you in and show you, and I'm sure you'll see in videos coming up in the future. But that completely changed the feel of our house. Oh, we had that ugly, go watch some of our old videos. You can see it all in there in all of its glory. It served us well. It's a good place. I'm grateful for it, but now I just like love it. So we did that. And then just recently I painted our whole lower level. So we had like this buttercream white off-white kind of a color, which was perfect when we moved in, and they had just painted it before we moved in, but that was like 10 years ago. And I just wanted to really brighten up the space. We get really good light in here in the morning, which is the time I'm taking this video. There's a window right in front of me. But towards like afternoon and evening, the sun sets in the back and we just don't get a lot of light like in our living spaces. So I was ready for something that didn't cast such a warm yellowy tone in the house. And y'all, picking a white paint, I had no idea how stinking hard it would be. Again, if you're on Instagram, the stories I shared, the whole process, it was a beast. At one point, I painted our kitchen, tried to convince myself that I loved it, and was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I got on Instagram and asked everybody, and they're like, yeah, I don't like it either. And they're right. I was trying to convince myself that I liked it because I put all the time into painting it, but it was more of like a cool tone white, and I needed more of a warm. There is a difference. Some whites have like a green undertone. Some have a purple. It's hard. So once I finally decided on the color, I banged it out. The boys had spring break off school. My mother-in-law offered to watch them during the week so that I could keep, you know, painting and staying focused. And so I did. And y'all, I had no idea what an emotional roller coaster that week was going to be. Ken ended up staying with the boys over at my mother-in-law's. She just lives like a couple streets over. That way I could keep all the painting stuff out and could just like start, you know, first thing when I woke up. I would paint until 1 o'clock in the morning and then wake up at 9 and just do it all day for 6 days straight. That's how long it took me. I listened to a buttload of audiobooks. One really good one, The Great Alone, which had me bawling my eyes out. So I was in here like painting, like I can't even see the wall. I was tired. Sometimes I was like, look at what I've done. And other times I would look around like, oh, what have I done? Other times I thought I would never finish, and then I was proud. It was like a roller coaster, and I did it all by myself. Like Kent was working, and then he was at his mom's at nighttime, and so I moved all the furniture, covered everything with plastic, moved it all back, taped everything off. It's a lot of work, but it's done. It looks great. You'll see the walls. You can kind of see it here in some of our upcoming vlogs. I still have to paint the upstairs. I'm gonna do the same color in the hallway upstairs, but I wanna do a different color in our bedroom. And same for, we have a half bathroom down here. I wanna do a different color in there. And then the exciting news, dun 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 dun, Kent is finally agreeing to let me sell our dining room table. This has been like pretty much since we bought the table. That table has never been a fan of mine. I have never been a fan of it. Actually, it's comfortable. It has served us well. I've just never really loved the style. When we first moved into our house, Kent hadn't caught on to the fact that I was the one making all the design decisions. That's a little hard to say. And so everything was kind of a compromise. And when it came to the table, we could not agree on anything. And he would not like what I would like and vice versa. And so I finally just said, you pick something. And what he picked, it looks like it should be in like a medieval castle. You may have seen it in some of the vlogs. It's a very nice table. It's a fine table, but just doesn't fit like our home or our style. And we don't really use it. What we use it for is to collect crap, pretty much, boxes. And I'll clean it every couple of weeks, and then boxes just find their way back on there like right now. So whenever he said that I could get rid of it, because I said, how about this great idea? You take the upstairs office, which is now kind of my office, and let's sell the dining room table and take that money and put it into buying a new kitchen table, which is ours is a bit beat down, and let's turn that into my office, and then you can have your own space. And he kind of thought about it for a second, and he was like, okay. I felt like I should have him like do something in writing, because I've been working on this for years. So I'm excited about that. That's a project coming, but I haven't painted in there yet because I'm kind of like thinking about what I want to do. Along with the kitchen, the painting the walls and all that stuff, I redid our fireplace. Do you see that charcoal goodness? I would move you, but it took me so long to get you like centered. I have you on a tripod, like so professional style today, that I want to move it. But if you want to see a picture, you can go to Instagram. If you're not following along, I have it before and after. You can swipe and see what it looks like. It looks great. All of that to say, things are happening, things are changing for the better. We're hoping, really hoping that things go like we're planning. Again, you know, life is life and things can change like that, but we're hoping to stay in this house until the boys graduate from high school. They're not even in kindergarten yet. And so we're deciding, you know what, like everything pretty much needs to be redone. It's all out of date and we can't afford to do it all in one whack, but why not get overwhelmed about it? How about we don't get overwhelmed about it and we just take on things as we can do it. So little projects here and there are starting to happen and it feels so good. Our house is kind of starting to feel more like us right now. So that's a lot of what we've been spending our time on. Something else that's going on with me this year is I am trying really hard to keep up with my Project Life album. I've been doing Project Life for many of years. If you don't know what that is, it's I don't even want to call it scrapbooking. It's not really scrapbooking, but it is kind of scrapbooking. It's a way to preserve photos, but it makes it so very easy. And also you can journal and you can include things like we went to a concert a little while ago and I saved the tickets to include them in the album. You have these little page protectors and there's different designs that include different photo styles. And you include your pictures, basically just like slide them in a pocket, and then you get like a little set with cards and they're either like decorative or have space for journaling. And then you just kind of like file the cards in. So I have done albums that I have kind of finished, or albums I've done all of my pictures but none of the journaling. I have done like a highlight album. I was really behind on pictures for about 4 years. Excuse me. Excuse me. Not only do I have problems talking, it is never a vlog unless I burp. Pardon me. Anyways, like I was saying, so I did a highlight album where I caught up on all the pictures I was missing over the last few years and just kind of like literally got 4 years worth of pictures in one album. Still need to journal in that one. So my thing is I do these albums, but I don't always get the journaling done. So this year my goal was to not worry about using my DSLR so much. If I use it, great. I love the way the pictures look, obviously, when I use my DSLR, but use my phone. Not be so snotty about where I print from. Sorry, photographer over here, like I am a bit of a snot about who I print from, but sometimes I need to just like get a print and get it in an album and just not worry about it, and at least that moment is preserved, and to work on it throughout the year so that I was doing better of journaling the little things, the tiny mundane things that I wasn't doing in my other albums. And it's going good. What are we on? It's like April, right? Mid-April. Everything I have taken pictures of is printed in an album and journaled, including like memorabilia stuff, like pictures the boys have drawn and tickets from the concert, and it feels so good. It feels so good. I'm hoping to finish this year out with a completely finished album, all journaled, all printed, everything ready to go so that I can start another one next year. So that's been something I've been spending some of my time on. I've been sharing some of that on Instagram as well. Again, Instagram is making me cheat on you a little bit. But I kind of don't like that I don't get to talk as much in detail without making like 5-hour long Insta stories, and none of it saves. So I am hoping that this is more of a focus. We'll talk more about that later. Something else I've been really getting into more than I already was reading. I am loving me some books. I've always been a fan of books, but I haven't really always been such in like a great rotation. Sometimes I'll pick one up and then like 6 months will go by and then I won't read again. I've been really into podcasts, and I've done that for a very long time, and I still love podcasts, but I feel like they're usually hit or miss, and usually in the summer they kind of all go like a bit of a lull. And so in the meantime, I've been doing a lot of audiobooks. Like I mentioned, when I was painting, I listen to audiobooks all the livelong day, to work, from work, while I'm doing dishes and laundry and cleaning the house up, when my kids are driving me crazy and I just need to escape for a bit. Audiobooks have been my BFF. And I have missed like the act of sitting and stopping and relaxing and just connecting with an actual book. So this year I've made it a focus to do that more often. Audiobooks, I can fly through those like nobody's business because it fits with my season of life right now with a 2-year-old, almost 3, and a 4-year-old. It's busy. Things are busy. I can just pop an earbud in and listen, and you know, I can still do all the things. But I think it's important that I stop and force myself to relax. And I don't like the scrolling of the phone that I do on Instagram. It just sucks my time up, and for what? Like nothing is accomplished with that. And I mean, it's enjoyable, it's mindless, but what I enjoy more is reading a book. And so I've just decided to put the phone away where I can't get to it. I still scroll and stuff, but not as much as I used to. And instead of filling 30 minutes with mindless scrolling where I'm like, what have I just done with 30 minutes of my life? Using that time to read a book. and it's been wonderful. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later when I talk about plans for the channel. All right, let's go on to the family. The boys are doing great. Weston is loving school. Like I said, he's in this special art class at school, and he said that's his most favorite thing. Carsey, or as his name is Carson. It feels so weird to call him Carson. We call him Carsey as a nickname, or Carsey Bear, which is like what he legit tells people his name is, Carsey Bear, or Cars sometimes too. So Carson, why does that feel so weird? Started school this year also. I don't know if I've mentioned that on here or not yet. He's going to the same school as Weston. The youngest Weston school will take kids is at 2. They have to be fully potty trained, and that is, I think, well, they have 2 napping rooms. Other than that, none of the other rooms nap. So he's really done great. It's taken him a long time to warm up. It took him a couple of months. But once he got over that hump, like, he's good. He's really enjoying it. I'm so happy that he has something that's just for him. And him and Weston are really attached. They're best friends, and they really kind of rely on each other, which is wonderful, and it's what I want. But I want them each to have their confidence on their own, and this has been really good for Weston. It's also very good for Cars. So he's doing good there. Weston is reading now, which like blows my mind that he is reading. He's 4 and he's reading. He should be going, well, he has a weird birthday. So he has one of those birthdays where he's either going to be the youngest in a kindergarten class or the oldest, and he doesn't make the cutoff. So he will be the oldest. I'm going to have him repeat preschool next year. But the way our school does it is there's different levels. So he's in the younger preschool grade right now, and then next year he'll go up to the highest level preschool grade. So he still will be challenged and learning new stuff. And of course, I'm going to love having him with me for another year at the school. Cars will be there again next year. We're getting ready for summer school. I'm going to sign them up for a couple of programs. Our school that they go to stops at, they have like an end of the year term, and then they offer a few little extracurricular activities in the summer that you can or cannot go to. It's your choice to sign your kids up. So I'm kind of looking into that right now, because Colorado is coming up. The camera cut off. I'm back. So anyways, our Colorado trip's coming up. We typically go in August, like early or mid-August, but this year we're gonna be going in July. So that means it's coming up soon. Anyway, so I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do with like their summer program and kind of like, you know, include our Colorado trip. And then I want them to have some downtime. So that's kind of been like in my brain as of lately. Oh, and our new family member, that's a pretty big deal, right? So we have grown our family by 4 paws, and she is precious. Her name is Mabel. Again, if you follow along on Instagram, you know all about Mabel. You have seen her You have seen her grow over the last few weeks. She came home the week before February 14th, right for Valentine's. And I think she is like 17 weeks right now, but she's huge. I think she was like probably 8 or 10 pounds when we first got her, and now she's bigger than Brady, our border collie. She's goofy and has crazy wild hair that I have to brush regularly, and like twice a day, once a day at least. She loves to play in the mud, which has not been fun because we've had like lots of rain lately in Texas. And with that crazy hair, mud is just not fun. I'll bring her in later and show her to you. Okay, last topic of discussion, the channel, plans for the channel. Here was my big thing with this. I was thinking about breaking these into 2 videos. In fact, I even recorded a channel plan video, and I thought, you know what, we're just gonna make this one crazy long, and we're gonna throw it in right here. So if you've made it to the end, thank you. Sorry, this is kind of long, but you know, that's how I do. So, like I said, last year was a bit of a hard year for us. There are a lot of stressful things going on with my health and like, you know, other outside stuff. We've survived it. We're in a better spot, but I think I kind of pulled away a lot last year from vlogging and even on the blog. And I really miss it. I miss it. So I've also been torn with this idea of, am I a blogger or am I a vlogger? Like, which am I? People really enjoy the vlogs. When I post polls on Instagram asking like, what form would you rather see this in? Vlogs always win. The blog, you know, it gets votes too, but the vlog is usually the strong winner. And I kind of think the way I like to share, which is things that are going on in my mind, stuff we're dealing with, family stuff, and that's typically what I share over on our blog. People just don't blog like that anymore, and people don't really read blogs like that anymore. And I'm doing a lot of that now in my Project Life album. So I'm actually preserving that stuff for our family. And I think obviously now blogs are more about DIYs and how-tos and shopping guides and stuff like that. And I do some of that over there as well. I just don't do it as regularly because that stuff takes a long time to create, that kind of content. So I was torn on what to do, and then I just decided, you know what, like, forget the blog. Forget like trying to make it both work. Forget trying to identify yourself as a blogger, and just let's see what this is about. Let's just kind of dive all in, put out some content, work on growing this channel, be upfront about it. It's always been a weird spot for me because I felt like I should just be doing this for my family. And that it's weird for me to like sit and chat with you in front of the camera or talk about makeup or whatever. And if I'm videoing, I should be videoing my boys and preserving our family memories. But why? I mean, I can do both, right? Who says I can't be a bit like about things I'm liking or whatever? That's okay to share too. People enjoy that kind of stuff. And so I'm just gonna get over myself a little bit. And surprisingly, I had to get over myself with Project Life too. Isn't that weird? I've always felt so weird about documenting myself and putting pictures of myself in albums and saying like, these are my favorite books, or this is what I'm doing right now. I just felt like it always needed to be about like the group or the family or whatever, and not just solely me. And I've come to realize that it doesn't have to be. Like, that's my journal. The photo album is my journal. And yes, I'm sharing our family, but I can share pieces of me too, and that's okay. And that's kind of like what I've come to the same realization with this too. It's okay for me to sit down and just be about me. And sure, you guys probably look at my boys like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you guys probably enjoy looking at my boys because they are precious and they're at such a cute age right now. And our family, we do fun stuff and we love to share our travels with you and all of that stuff. None of that's going away. But I think it's okay to just be me and chat with you like this sometimes too, right? So I'm never gonna close the blog, which is hanging with thehuies.com if you don't know what I'm talking about. That will always be there. I'm gonna keep sharing, you know, photography stuff over there, and a lot of our cabin reviews and pictures I take at cabins will still be going up over there. Like shopping guides from now, like on occasion and stuff. But I'm just not going to make that like a concern or focus. I'm going to make YouTube a focus. And when I do have time to create content, I will be creating content for YouTube. So I'm coming back. I'm in a better place. I can't promise like consistency right now just because I have no idea what I'm doing most days. I may be working, I may not, I don't know. And so I'm not going to promise you anything like that, but I can say that I will be making this more of a focus, and I hope to get videos up more frequently. Something else I really want to do on here, which was, again, back to Instagram, voted as a good idea over there, is to do book reviews. I love talking books. And so I think what I'm going to do is do book reviews over here from time to time. I do a lot of audiobooks, so I'm gonna kind of talk about those, why I like those, why I picked an audio over like a book and handbook. And when I have like, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but I have a plan. Like when I decide to pick a book, I'm very, what's the word? I don't know, but I think through, like, do I want to do this one audio or do I want to do this one in like book and hand form? And so I'll kind of like talk you through why I go either way on the books that I review. And before I start throwing up a bunch of book reviews, I'm going to sit down and just have like a big book chat with you. We're going to talk about why I love books so much and how I find the time to read with like a crazy schedule, and the different apps that kind of help me in my reading life. And I just kind of wanted to share who I am as a reader first, so that way whenever you do watch book reviews, you kind of know what you're getting into. So that'll be coming up. And Monday, is it Monday? I'm pretty sure Monday is like National Book Day or something like that. So I'm hoping to have that video up on Monday. I'm hoping to get this up first, so cross our fingers. Again, I can never promise anything because my life's a bit crazy. So that's it. That is everything that I wanted to catch you up on. If you've made it to the end, give me a hug. I've missed you. I've missed chatting with you guys like this. I'm going to be seeing a lot more of you, or you'll be seeing a lot more of me, I should say, in the future. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.